This is Kusadasi in Turkey, 2019. The flight came in really late at night, but the bar was open, so we all had some nice cold drinks as soon as we landed. We went for a 3-star. Turns out it was a Turkish 3-star, so it was actually in our terms a 2-star. Scary stories about getting stuck in the lift, which happened to me, Lauren and Oscar. Was not good. There was a small pool, but it was adequate for the kids. You could order your drinks at the bar and they'd bring them over for you, but what we didn't know is they charged you it all at the end of the holiday, and then you couldn't remember what you'd actually ordered. 5 minutes from the hotel down a very steep road were all the restaurants next to the sea. Absolutely beautiful, but the sunsets were stunning, the purples and the pinks. The food, hit and miss. Cocktails always gorgeous, but the price was amazing.
So this is Ladies Beach. It was the closest beach to our hotel, about 5-10 minutes walk. Now, Turkish are known for being smokers, and boy could you tell on this particular beach. Fag ends absolutely everywhere, and incredibly busy. Even people really did get packed in there. If you stood at the top looking down, it was like looking at a Where's Wally picture. There was that many people there. And one of Oscar's highlights of the holiday was Turkey's answer to street food on the beach, which was sweet corn.
And after a busy day at the beach, you need to go and get as many cocktails and desserts as you can. And actually, Turkey is really good and really cheap for both of these. So another day we found a really excellent taxi driver called Joseph, who would take you wherever you wanted. So he took us up to Ephesus for the day. Really, really hot. We had lots of cold drinks and slushies and hats on. Really hot though. So this part was called Curette Street, where the Hercules Gate was erected in the late Roman age. Absolutely stunning. James climbed to the top of the amphitheatre for us to take some fantastic photographs. We then walked down what would have been the marketplace on our way to find the Celsus Library, which was actually built in 110 AD, and it still looks amazing today. We didn't stay as long as we liked because of the heat, so we all stopped off for drinks and then back to watch the sun setting at the beach. Another day we went to a hammam for a traditional Turkish massage, which was a little bit of a shock for some people because they hadn't had it done before. Oscar wouldn't join in at all, and I had to go first because I'd had one previously. Didn't realise the man was actually naked doing it. We do know now. So first you are scrubbed, then you're bubbled up, and then they tip cold water over your head, much to Oscar's amusement. And then finally, when you're absolutely exhausted, they wrap you up in a nice warm towel. Then that evening we went down to Kusadasi Port and they've also got a fort there as well. So we went to have a little look at the boats, and we climbed to the top of the fort to take some lovely photographs where there were some birds and a glass bottom as well that Oscar really wasn't sure of. Dinosaur bones in the fort. Very strange place. We are so high up.
Whenever I see some glass thing underneath like 100 metres in the air, I will not stand in it. I feel like I'll break.
Do it.
What's that?
Yeah. Oh. And then we went into the maze of a market where we stopped for tea that night. Really lovely stews and apple tea on the house, bowls of fruit on the house. Really enjoyed that. So our lovely taxi driver recommended a different beach just down from the hotel called Star Beach. That really did make a difference. Not as busy, still nice and calm waves, and a lot less cigarette ends. So we stayed there for the full day.
So one of the excursions I certainly didn't plan for on this holiday was my trip to the hospital with ear infection because of the pool water at the hotel. Interesting experience, yeah. English wasn't great by the doctors, the nurses, so it was it was a bit of a worrying time. But fortunately, I'm here safe and sound now, so don't you worry.
So if that wasn't bad enough, 3 of us also got the sickness and diarrhoea. So it took us a few days before we were able to actually eat out, and this was the first meal. So we were feeling quite happy to be able to start eating normally again. As you know, we are a family who likes food. So another night, we started off with some nice pina coladas, and then we moved on to a special stew that they were doing with the freshly baked Turkish bread, which was absolutely gorgeous with some tzatziki. And they brought the stew out, still cooking on a mini barbecue in a big pot, which they smash open, and then your stew is inside. Back at the hotel, we actually managed to get some sunbeds. This had been a problem the whole time we were there because there were a lot of regulars and they wouldn't take their towels off the bed. Then we had other people coming in late at night throwing towels in pools. It was definitely not our ideal hotel at all. I like boats. I love going on a boat trip. Everybody else does not. And even with travel sickness tablets, they were feeling very green at the end of this one to go see the sunset. Is it easier if you look at the phone? is he getting the anchor again? Some people on the boat were actually sick. We weren't, but they didn't feel great. And then we were back at the port, so we went to do a little bit of shopping to calm the boys' stomachs and Lauren's before we went off for some tea. Very busy market, but really cheap prices. You could buy absolutely everything there. Oscar was getting one of those fidget toys. The restaurants over there really want your business and will offer you a free taxi back to your hotel as well afterwards. We stayed at this one that was doing some really lovely food and cocktails. And then they had a live singer on, which just happened to be playing some lovely Beatles songs. What more could we ask for?
Anytime you feel the pain, to fling, don't carry the world upon your shoulders.